Hello, people. Welcome so much for the Study Jam 2. And hope you guys had a great session yesterday. We had Android Study Jam 1 that was conducted yesterday. We had the basics of Android and Kotlin. And Sanjay and his team, they did an excellent job on that. And today, yet, we have another session, Android Study Jam 2. And along with that, we have again we have Sanjay and his team for sharing their views, sharing their ideas, and helping you learn Android and Kotlin. Today we'll be looking with user interaction, basics of user interaction, and then we'll dig deep into recycler view. So having said that, yesterday we had a huge support from you people. Thank you so much. Do like, share, subscribe, and share it with your friends if they're really interested in Android, if you want to learn Android. And for the registered participants, there are certifications completion certificate of completion from our end, and you'll have swags and many more. We have been planning some surprise events. So having said that, let's to start with, we have Hari Krishna with us to give you the basic intro of user interaction. So welcome, Hari Krishna.
Hi, Na.
Hi, you can. The stage is yours. You can take over.
Okay, I'm Hi Krishna, and I'm here to take guide you through track one of path 5 of study jam. So let me share my screen. So what we are going to see today is like how we are going to build a tip calculator app. It takes the basic UI design and a simple Kotlin syntax. So I'll show what that app does. So this is the front end of the app. So in the edit text, I will type price like 20. So it asks for the how was the service. It's amazing. The tip will be 20%. So this switch button helps to round the tip. For round the tip calculation. So
One second, Hari Krishna. Are you presenting something?
yes,
Okay, it
no,
got
presenting.
taken. Okay, it was taken away. Continue now. Now you can continue. Now you can continue.
Okay. So what it does is rounds the amount. Okay, let's start from the UI design. I'll open a new project. So already built a Android Studio project, so I can guide you through Shiftly. So I already have a text view, hello world. So I'll remove that. Insert a new text view. And I'll parent it to the left and then to the top. I'll name the ID as cost of the service. It stick to the margin, so we can push it inside, like we can create a margin padding, so we can add to the main mail XML. So I'll add an padding, like around 16 points. So it will be moved 16 dps away from the margin. So let's make it around make the width larger, so we can make around 150 dp. So it's much bigger, and we can create a text view. So a text view gives how was the service to display ask how was the service. Its name is service. Okay, it's looking good. So we need to create a radio group. Like we can place 3 radio buttons. So we can go to buttons and drop a radio group. So the radio group will be parented to the Casa service and to the start. So the radio group contains will have the radio buttons like you can create 3 radio buttons. We drop 3 radio buttons, so it's in a vertical manner. So if you want in horizontal, you can go to radio group and add a code like Android. Like horizontal, so it will become horizontal. Let's set it to vertical for now. So for a radio button, we can get up to 20% of discount, 20% of tip. Okay, make 20%. Amazing. So tip is 20%. The second radio button feels good, and it's set to like 10%. And third one to satisfactory. %. So what it does is we can use a when function when code to check these like use it like a switch case statements. So let's insert a switch. Let's create a switch. Parent. I set the width to 0 dp, so it attaches to the edges. So this radio group has been created. So switch group has been created. So let's make it checked as false or true. As a set default, we can set the default as false or true. What it does is basically it will make default when you open the app, the switch will set will be true. Then round the tip will be the hint for the switch button. So we need to calculate the tip when a button is pressed. So we can add a button. They'll parent it to the around the tip and to the edges. We'll make it as width to be 0. It will be edge to edge. This is the basic UI. Let's make some changes like here. hint could be like cost of the service. So this is the basic. Let's try. Let's see the UI look. So the Gradle build is running, so I can't show you the preview. So let's go to Kotlin programming. So we are going to see a new keyword like binding. So what it does is we mentioned here set content view activity main dot binding. It's kind of similar to that. So we link the activity main dot XML to the activity main XML to the Kotlin class. So before that, just I'll type the code like we initialize a private variable late. So it doesn't recognize what this line of code means. So we need to say that it's a binding program. We need to for this app. So we need to add a build code like build future. We need to enable that future binding future. Um, so now we have to import. So it doesn't get imported. So okay. So it doesn't get imported. So I'll import. I know syntax, so I'll import it. Import the features. Import. Okay, I made a mistake here. I made a syntax error here. So build futures. So this is why it doesn't get randomized. So now it automatically imported the binding file. So uh, let's create a binding variable. Initialize the binding variable. Binding equal to activity. We need to bind the main activity. So we'll inflate. But what it does is it will make the XML file make understand to the Android. So let's set the content view to the binding. So we need when the button is pressed, we need to call a function which will calculate the tip we're getting from getting the input from the cost of the service. So we'll create a listener for the button. So it's easy in code Kotlin, like we binding dot select the button. We need to find the ID of the button. So button ID is like button will calculate button. So calculate button and set on click listener. What it does is calls a function. So we can create a function like function calculate tip. So we need to get input from the this text field. So the text field ID is cost of service. So we will initialize a variable like string to text field. We need to convert it to string. So this string to text field gets the text from the cost of the service button, cost of service edit text object. So it will convert the text to string. So we'll give the value as a double or an integer. So we don't know what will be the integer or double. So we'll convert it to string, and we will create another variable like cost of the cost, and we'll make the string to double or null. I'll explain what it does. So this double or null, what it does is like it will if the value is nothing, it will make it as null. Otherwise, it will create and convert it into double. So if the cost is null, we need to do nothing, we doesn't need to show the tip. So we need to show the result in the so we didn't create a UI object to display the value. So we'll create a text view, which gives the tip amount. So let's name the button as tip tip result. So we'll get the display the tip result in tip result dot text. So it's display the text nothing, and we'll set this nothing. So it's empty, so we can't display any value. So it will set nothing, and we will get exit the function. Else, if the value is fine, if the value is entered, we'll create a we need to get the input from the get which button is we need to find which button is chosen, which radio button is chosen, and whether the round tip is enabled or not. So we'll create a variable of tip percentage. So we can it's like a switch case. If the button one is clicked, the output like amazing as we can get output வந்து 0.20 அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் செட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஸோ ஸ்விட்ச் கேஸை நீங்கள் எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்களோ சேம் will be similar like that. So when the binding what's what's the name of the radio button? So we need the radio group, so we'll change to tip options. Tip options and check radio button ID. So it will find which radio button click, whether which radio button is clicked. So for ID will get the ID so we named the option as we'll rename as 20%, like W 20. The second one as and 5. So if button 20, sorry, radio button 20 is checked, so 20, so it's it will should have a value like 0.20 and button radio button 10 is checked, so it will return a value like uh, 0.10, and else nothing will be selected. Sorry, else if the third button would be selected, so it will give like 0.5. So this is the code to find which radio button is chosen from this. So I made intending error. I'll check the data. So let's find whether the round tip button is checked or not. So we can calculate the cost. Uh, we need to create a variable where tip, so it multiplies percentage tip percentage with the cost, and if the radio button is checked, so set radio switch is switch one. So ID switch will round tip. I'll name this button switch to round tip. So be easy to find which is which. If it's checked, it will get into this function, if statement. So what you're going to do is round up the tip. So there's two type of roundings. If 5.5 is the tip, we can make it as 5 or 6. So we can use seal to round the tip. So if the value is 5.5, it will round to 6. So we need to display the a formatted tip into our text view. So we need to find the format of the currency in it varies from countries, right? So we need to find the currency format. So we create a formatted tip variable. So the format will be number format. And the get currency instance. We need to find the currency instance of the user. So get the tip value, format the tip value. So the tip will be displayed in the binding, will be displayed in the text view of tip result. So the text view ID is tip result. So we need to string. So it will display the text. So this need to be replaced via styles. We can change the string. So we'll enter the string. So it will be easy. இப்போ ஆப்ஸ் வந்து நிறைய லாங்குவேஜில் யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ இப்போ லாங்குவேஜ் மாற்றணும்னா இப்போ இந்த கோட்லாம் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஹார்ட் கோடோட இந்த டெக்ஸ்ட் மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஸோ இதை வந்து ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரிங்ஸில் எக்ஸாம்பிள் டிக்ளேர் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா இப்போ ஆண்ட்ராய்ட் ஸ்டுடியோ இப்போ டிரான்ஸ்லேட் கேட்டுச்சுன்னா இந்த ஸ்ட்ரிங்ஸ் டாட் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இருக்க எல்லாத்தையுமே கால்குலேட் பண்ணிக்கணும். ஸோ we will create a we'll make this so I made some parenting mistakes. Let me check what I made the mistake. So I made some mistakes. This is the syntax. So we need display the type of the percentage s is to display the string. So I'll run the previous app. So what I made the mistake here is I didn't intend it parent it correctly. So it was a little bit messy. So that's why it didn't get the app. So when these radio buttons are checked, we enter the value, the tip amount gets calculated. So that's it. Sanjay and Rohit will continue the section.
Thank you, Hari Krishna, for that session. I think you people would have got the basic idea of how to interact with users through the buttons or input text areas. So, having said that, up next we have Rohit and Sanjay with us. They'll be continuing with recycler view and how you have to implement that. Welcome, Sanjay and Rohit.
Hello.
You are
Hi, now.
hi guys. So the stage is yours. You can carry on.
Okay. Hi, all. I'm Rohit. A warm good evening to 100% here. I am from Android team DSC SREC. Let me share my screen.
Rohit, your screen is visible. You can start your. You can
Yes,
open your Android Studio.
I'm going to take the topic on recycler view to display a scrollable list. First of all, if we have if we have many content to display like images, text, if it exceeds more than 100 or 200, we think of creating different text views and different views, and we will add those content in those individual views. But it gets so messy. Like if we require 500 elements to be displayed, we can't create a 500 views and we can't display it in a screen. So that we move on to like a list view. List views already built in Android, but this list view overcomes the disadvantages of the prior. But even this list view have some disadvantages. Think of a situation like we have thousands of elements to be displayed in a text view in a screen. If we use a list view, all those 1,000 elements gets loaded, and all the views for those elements gets created on the start of the activity itself. Due to this, we just require just 7 or 8 like those kind of views to display in a screen. But all of those 1,000 views gets generated in the start of the activity, and this consumes more of the memory, and this list view is not so memory efficient. So we move on to a concept called recycler view. This recycler view overcomes the disadvantages of the list view, and this recycler view is just simple as like in this image. It just generates the views which is enough for that screen. It just creates 1 or 2 of these views which just fits into the screen, and if a new elements comes, it just displays this element inside this view group and this view group. If a new element is bottom there, if we scroll the screen, this element gets replaced in the already created view. So we need not create a new view for every element, and we need not to ship those views. We can just replace those elements inside a already created view. This is so memory efficient. So we move to a concept of recycler view. This is creating a project. I have already created the project called affirmations, which has a minimum API level of 90, minimum SDK, and package name is affirmations. And I have implemented this. This is this is added inbuiltly, so we need not add this implementations. Okay, we are going to set up the list of data. We need those data, like if we need to display this affirmations like I am strong, I believe in myself, each day is a new opportunity, etc. It is a good coding practice that we combine these all strings in this resource values and strings.xml. We will place all those strings here because it will be easy to translate, as well as we can reuse those strings in various kinds of places. This is the code for that. We will enclose it with resources tag, and we will specify the string name and a closing string tag. We have replaced this code. Next, we will create a new package. Why we are creating a package? It is a good coding practice that if we group all the classes we create inside its specific packages, it will be easy for us to move on to those classes, and it will be very easy, and it's a good coding practice. This is already generated a com.example.affirmations package, which gets generated as we create a new project. Now we are going to create a new package. The package name is model. We should right click it and new, and we go to package. Com.example.affirmations is already generated. We will add model to it and click on enter. A new package is created. Now we are going to create a affirmation data class. Why we need a data class? This data class holds the data which we will further see on it. We should create a new Kotlin class file. Because we are using Kotlin language, we are going to create a new Kotlin class file. We should name it as datasource.kt. We should name it as affirmation.kt. Sorry, affirmation. A new Kotlin file, Kotlin affirmation gets created. This package is already included. Here we add on a keyword called data. This represents the data class. Now here an error occurs. This is because we should include at least the primary. Here we should add on the string resource id, which represents the resource id of the strings we are going to use in this app. Let me name it as string resource id. Let me copy paste it. We have added this. Now we are going to data. We are going to create a new data source app Java affirmations, and we are going to create a new package. This package is for data. Let me type it. We have created a package called data. We are going to create a new Kotlin class file, which is for data source. Data source. In this data source class, we are going to create a function. This function is named as load affirmations. What this function does is it will create all those strings, and it returns a list of affirmations. Let me explain. We are going to create a function. Func is a keyword to create a function in Kotlin. We are going to type the name of the function as load affirmations. This is going to return a list which is of type affirmations. We need to import the affirmation class here. This will return list of affirmation. Here we will pass all the strings we have already included here, all the strings named as affirmation 1 2 3 up to 10. Let me just copy paste it. We need to include the resource. We need to import the resource, and we also need to import the list. Oh, sorry. We need. This is a case-sensitive language. We can't use small. We should use the appropriate method names. Then this is optional. Now we can move on to adding recycler view to our app. Basically, a recycler view has some elements like item. Item is individual items which gets with its co-items and forms a view under this adapter. Adapter takes all the items, the data, and prepares it for the recycler view, and recycler view will take the data and it will display it. A view holder, it is just a pool of views. For the recycler view, it will use and reuse the view holders, and it will display all the content inside it. Now we are going to add the recycler view to the layout. First, we can move on to activity main.xml. We can just close this. This is available in layout activity main.xml. First of all, if we are using various kinds of view groups inside the layout, we can go for constraint layout. But here we are going to use just one view group, which is a recycler view. So we need not use this constraint layout. We can move on to a simpler layout called as frame layout. We can move on to frame layout. And then we can move on to where we can take out this text view. We don't need it. Then we move on to the design view, design panel. We can go for recycler view. We can select this recycler view and drag into the component tree. We will get the recycler view here. Then we can move on to the activity main code. Here this looks similar like this. We should need to add id to it. In order to, we can use the method find view by id to populate this recycler view, and scroll bar we can add this as vertical. Then this layout manager, this code looks similar. Then we are going to implement an adapter. We already know that this adapter takes all the individual data items and it generates the data and gives it to the recycler view, and recycler view will display the contents. So we need to create an adapter. To create an adapter, we are going to create a layout file. In res layout, we are going to create list item.xml empty item. We are going to use the text view as the root element instead of constraint layout, because we are going to just define the view for a single item. The single item need not to be constrained. It's just an text view. In this app, in our use case now, we are going to use text view. Now we click on OK. Now we get list item.xml. We need to change this layout with as wrap content instead of match parent, because if a single item takes the whole of the space, we can't display other contents in that recycler view. So we need to change from match parent to wrap content. Then we are going to create an item adapter class. In Java, in affirmations, we are going to create a new package. The package name is adapter. New package is created. Now we are going to create a new Kotlin class file, which is of the name item adapter. we have created a new Kotlin class here, item adapter. Now we are going to pass a list of affirmation. We are going to get the list of affirmation in this argument as an argument. I'm going to name this list as data set, which is of type list of affirmation. Now we are also going to get the context as an argument. Now we are going to create a view holder. This view holder is a custom class created by us. We are going to create this class inside this item adapter class, as this class is only going to be used by this item adapter class. It will be easy to understand if we structure this code in this way. This is called as nested class, because we are going to nest another class inside one class. We are going to get a view as an argument for this item view holder. I'm going to name this as view, and its type is view. We are going to extend, we need to import this view class. I'm going to extend this to recycler view dot view holder. Which also gets a view as its argument. Now we are going to get we are going to use the method find by id to find the resource id item title, and we are going to store it in a text view variable, which is of type text view. I will just copy paste it. Now we are going to override adapter methods. First of all, we need to import this text view also and this resource class. We haven't given id for this. We need to create item type. We have given id for this. Now we are going to I will just give enter for readability. Now we are going to extend this class to recycler view, which is adapter which is inside recycler view dot adapter, which is of type item adapter dot item view holder. We have already included this. This takes item view holder, which is created by us. Now we have extended this from recycler view adapter. We need to implement. We need to override all the methods. We should implement all the methods present inside it. Now this code is similar to what we have done. Now first we are going to define this get item count method. This item count get item count method returns a type integer. we are going to give it as return data set, which we have got here, dataset dot size. First of all, what this get item count method does, it just returns how the number of elements which are going to be populated inside the recycler view. Secondly, we are going to implement this on create view holder method. This on create view holder method returns a type of item view holder. It gets it gets parent as the view group and a view type as an integer as an argument. What this on create view holder does, when there is no view available in the recycler view to populate the elements, this on create view holder method is called firstly, and it generates the view and it returns to the recycler view to display it. First of all, we are going to use layout inflator. Why we are going to use layout inflator? This layout inflator inflates an XML layout into a hierarchy of view objects from the parent context. So I will just copy paste it. We need to import this layout inflator class. Now we are going to inflate it using the inflate method, which takes the resource ID layout dot list item. Second argument as, I will just give an enter for readability. A second argument as view group. We are going to give parent as the view group, and we are going to give as false because we need not to attach to the root. Now we have inflated and stored in the adapter layout. Now we have to return the view holder. So we are return item view holder of adapter layout, which we already have assigned. Now on create view holder method is ready. Now we move on to implementing the on bind view holder. What this on bind view holder does is, this on create view holder have generated the views and given for the recycler view. But a limited number of views is only generated. Mostly it will be a 7 views for a screen, and this on bind view holder will just swap the contents of the already generated views inside the recycler view. This while we scroll the screen, it will replace the existing content with the succeeding content in the already existing views. This on bind view holder takes a item view holder, which is holder, and a position of the which element is at the position as an integer. We are going to store this in item variable. This position is used to take the element at the position inside the dataset list. Now we are going to set the content of the text view. We have already got the item view holder as an argument, so it is easy. Like, we need to get the folder, and we need to text the text view, and we need to get the text, and we can assign it like context dot resources dot get string. This get string method is available in context resources, and we can pass this string resource ID to the string resource ID to the get string. We have completed the code, and this is the full code we have done till now. Let's just recall it. We have created an item adapter class which gets context and list of affirmation as its argument. And we have created we have extended it to the adapter class, which is in recycler view, with a type of item adapter of item view adapter, which we have already created as a nested class inside the item adapter class. This class takes this class named as item view holder and takes a view as the argument, and extending to recycler view dot view holder, and it gets the text view by using find view by id method. And this since we have extended this to a recycler view adapter class, we need to implement all the methods. We have implemented the on create view holder method, and we have implemented on bind view holder method, and we also have implemented get item count method. We have created the recycler view. Now we need to modify the main activity to use a recycler view. How to modify it? First of all, we need to go on to main activity. Main activity is present in Java affirmation main activity. As of now, this is the main activity which is generated while we create a new project. Now we are going to call the load affirmations function, which is in data source, and we are going to store it in my data set. Let me just copy paste it. We need to import the data source class, and then we are going to get the recycler view, which we have already created in the main activity. We will get the we will pass the resource id as a recycler view, which we have already given in the main activity by using the find view by id, and we will assign it to recycler view variable. We need to import recycler view. Now we have got the affirmations under recycler views. We have got the id. Now we need to set the adapter which we created just now. For to set the adapter, we will just use the dot adapter equal to item adapter. This item adapter requires two arguments, this which represents this activities, and we will pass the my data set which we got as a list to it. Then this recycler view dot set as fixed size is an optional, because in this use case we have just a constant number of elements to be populated in the recycler view. So we can set this as fixed. We can set this as true. In other cases, we can't set this as true. We can left this unchanged, because this is the completed code available. Let's run this app. Gradeless building. It will take a few moments to build. If this app completes, we will get the output like this. And this is my phone. This is the output we have got. The app name is affirmations, and it has displayed, and all the affirmations we have included in this strings.xml have been displayed here. And this is using a recycler view to display a scrollable list. You can view the whole of the solution code in this tab. Now Sanjay will continue. Sanjay will take over. And thank you.
Thank you, Rohit, for taking some of the deep concepts in recycler view. So I'm going to take some UI improvements in the app built by Rohit. Let me share my screen.
Sanjay, Sanjay, check your network. I think it's lagging from your end. Sanjay, am I audible to you?
The app Rohit built previously. In this, I'm going to change the simple app in this wonderful with the wonderful UI with the images. So before going to the Android Studio, you must have to
Sanjay, am I audible to you? I think there is a network issue from your end.
download file studio. You have to import to go to the drawable folder. These are the images I just copied. I just paste it in this drawable folder. It will show this dialog. Choose OK. Click refresh. Now the image is copied. I will just move on to edit the list item XML. Open this list item XML. In this list item XML, you are going to modify you're going to wrap the text view with a material card view. A material card view is just a simple material UI, which is user friendly, and it is cast a shadow behind that. In this XML, there is only one text view. That is the text view. You have to modify it to it will take a bit. So change this to material card view.
Hello, people. Sorry for that delay. I think Sanjay is facing a network issue from his end, and due to the weather conditions in his area, there's been a sudden power cut, and he's not having his broadband connection. So hopefully, we'll continue this session on another day. We'll inform it on our social medias. I think you would have got the basic idea of how to work with Recycler View. Probably if Sanjay would have continued, uh, he would have shared how to use the image wonder UI and how he could get the how you could use Recycler View with images and text stuffs like that. So sorry again from our end for that network issues. Hopefully we'll come back with good proper network connection, and these mistakes doesn't happen again. And thank you for joining in us. We'll have another session on Recycler View again. Sanjay would continue the session. And apart from that, we have expert sessions that's coming up. So wherein real industry people would come join us, and they'll share their views and they'll share their knowledge on Android development. So I think that's it for today's session. Thank you so much for joining in. Stay safe, stay home. God bless you all. Thank you.